I'm quickly gonna make this video. I know it's been long overdue, but I wanted to do it at the end of the week so that we can do a whole trade recap or a weekly recap in one video, which is just gonna make it a lot easier. I think just to recap, on the week, what went good, what went south, or whatever, and see where we can improve as a team and as a mentorship. I'm quickly gonna dive straight into the first one. Last week on SPX, I did not take this one. I didn't get tagged in. A few of the members did get tagged in, but whatever. We can quickly run through it. It was a good trade. I mean, take profit hit to the T, and yeah, let's run quickly through it. Let's do this. Maybe I'm not gonna. All I'm gonna do is do this, just so that we know where we are. Okay. So if you run through the daily quickly, we can see that we are having a lot of bullish momentum, trading into this level of supply, and so on and so on. Maybe even we targeting this level of liquidity. So that was my thought process on the daily last week Monday. Then when I came to the charts, I saw this level. For me, I knew that this will probably be a SMC trap, trapping early buyers into the markets and stopping them out before continuing in that direction, due to the liquidity down here. So for me, I wanted to see this level, reaction from this level where we got this, or on the lower time frame, you'll be able to see the reaction we got from this level, trapping early buyers into the market, and then continue to firstly take them out, and secondly to take out the level of liquidity and enter level of demand on the lower time frame, and obviously below that level of liquidity, and then continuing up in our bullish momentum. If we go down to the 5 minute, I'm someone going to jump straight to that. You'll be able to see this is where we got the reaction, where early buyers was trapped. And if you look to your left, obviously you'll see the level of liquidity there that was going to be taken out. And on the 15-minute time frame, you'll be able to see the level of demand nicely that I marked. Just hold on, I just want to close my door because the wind's going to blow it. Close now, shut down. Okay, but let's continue. And then obviously we'll be able to see price came into this level of inefficiency or this level of demand, and so on and so on. And then that's when I immediately jumped to the lowest time frame, the 1 minute, due to the time of day. I mean, this is 6 p.m. So it's very late New York session, but it's still valid. This time of year, Christmas, or let's rather say the holiday season, with the daylight saving mode, if I'm not mistaken, I have been taking, or I've seen trades taken this time of the day. So for me, it was still valid. That's why I went over to my 1 minute. That's when I saw the break of structure there, and obviously this is where I placed my position. It did not, literally by a few pips, not even a few pips, maybe not even a pip, didn't get tagged in, and our take profit was this level of liquidity there to the left. For me, if I did get tagged in, it would have been a 1 to 6. I did not, like I said, a few of the members did catch the straight, so for them they did get a 1 to 6, which is obviously an outstanding start to the week. Secondly, so yeah, let's just go back quickly. So there's not much to it. I mean, we followed a high time frame trend. We waited for our, let's just draw the block. We waited for our block to be taken out. We then also, let me just do that quickly. From there to there. So our block added as a confluence. Secondly, our higher time frame demand, and then obviously lower time frame demand switched buyers in confluence with our higher time frame. So that's all there was to this trade. It's a simple trade, very systematic approach. But yeah, like I said, a few of the members caught the 1 to 6. I unfortunately didn't, but I mean, we came back the next day, and let me just check and make sure on my MT5. Where is it? Yeah. Euro USD was the next one. Euro USD. We can do this. This morning trade obviously break even. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's just do this and this. Okay. So for me, obviously, we saw that price are in a downtrend. Okay. But for me, you'll see when we go to a little bit of a lower time frame, you'll be able to see this change of character that occurred in this area. So for me, obviously, I thought, or I wanted price to come and fill in this level of supply to the left, or just to the top left. So that was my plan behind everything. At first, I wanted price, because price was obviously trading here, you can see in the morning and London session. So for me, my thought behind everything was to take out all of this liquidity, this trendline liquidity, come down into obviously lower levels demand, and then continuing up. Price did indeed do that. Let me just show you. Obviously went in here, the lowest, or the premium, the discount, apologies man, and then obviously on the lower time frame we saw price stepping up. Obviously price made lower lows, lower highs, etc, etc, and then here we started seeing price switching trend on the the 1 minute time frame, etc, etc. So for me, all I wanted to wait was for the first sign of trend shifting into our, how can I say, our short-term high time frame buyers. And where I took this trade was so I got tagged into the trade, obviously stops below the low, and this was where I took majority of my position off, leaving a few runners, but they obviously got stopped out of break even. On my MT4 it says that I only made 3.5%, 3.5%, 4%. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I told a lot of the members to take majority off, if I can remember right. I mean, it was Tuesday last week, so my memory isn't that sharp. But yeah, that's the reason behind the trade. Obviously, we look to target this as our final, even this level. This was a more refined level. But that level of inefficiency, I wanted to see price fill, etc, etc. Here you'll be able to see the minor break of structure, or the fractal break of, no, yeah, you could say you can identify that as a fractal break of structure, but fractal break of structure for me is more on the 1 minute, so very your lowest time frame. This is more a minor break of structure, a counter break, if you wanna describe it as that. But yeah, that's all there was to this trade. And then the last trade last week was on gold. That I just want to explain something rather than explaining the trade. Here it is. So you guys, I've how can I say? I've never really talked about a flip zone or anything like that, but all a flip zone is, as you can see, obviously we'll classify this as a level of demand. Okay, so just don't imagine this part here. Don't imagine that. Only see price. Let's do that. Only see price still up there. So normally we will see that as a level of demand, where we will obviously be looking to take trades from, to take buys from. But obviously in this case, price went straight through, and then in the morning, obviously this is where price was trading. So this is what I saw. I saw a flip zone. So a flip zone is obviously, like I said, a level of demand where we will be looking to take buys from, but how can I say, in other words, acts like an area of resistance. So this level of demand, I just drew to the right, and how can I say, this acted as a level of supply rather than a level of demand, obviously, because as you guys saw, price smashed right through. But what I did, or what you could have done in this case, is obviously you see this level, this flip zone. So in this price or region, whatever, I was able to identify this level of supply at the flip zone, obviously in confluence with the flip zone. And this is where we saw price started stepping down, and this is where an entry could have been taken with stops, well, either above this high for a very sharp or very small stop loss, or above that high. Obviously targeting this low first. Let's just check to the left quickly. Yeah, or this level of demand. Yeah, this was a very nice level of demand, and I'm sure it did got hit. But anyways, whether or not it got hit, I mean, look at this. This is already that level of liquidity. This is already a 1 to 6, 1 to 5.5. So yeah, it's not a complex or difficult trade. All it is was the flip zone I identified here, with the level of supply just above or in confluence with the flip zone. And then, yeah, I mean, price obviously started stepping down on the 5 minutes, and we identified this level of supply here, and there you go. I mean, a 1 to 5.5 is another excellent trade. So yeah, that's all there is to this trade recap, to the weekly trade recap. Not as busy week, only 3 trades that are mentioned here, that we went through. But sure, I think it's something we can learn from each trade. This trade, let's just start with this one. Obviously, we learned about the flip zone we can use in confluence with a low time frame supply zone. And then if we go to Euro USD, this one we can is obviously the counter trend trade. To always take profit, how can I say, by at your first level of supply, because obviously, like we saw, price can just step down from there. But yeah, I think this was a well executed, very well managed trade. I am proud of the team and everyone obviously who was involved here. It's not the easiest or the most simple trade. And then lastly on SPX, this was the 4th, I remember. What's this? Yeah, this one. Very systematic, very, how can I say, our strategy approach type of trade. If you would have held this trade, obviously you would have made, because I mean, we would have targeted this level of supply, would have been our overall target. Let's just check if you maybe see a nice level of supply on the hourly. Exactly, yeah. And look how it tapped to the pip. So obviously that was an overall target for the, I can say, majority of the week, looking for price to step up into there. But yeah, I mean, due to the time of day this trade being taken, I was happy to take profits there at 6R. I mean, that's more than enough. But yeah, that's all it is to this trade recap, or the weekly recap. But yeah, let's have another good week. This morning's trade, obviously on Euro USD, was topped out at break even, which is completely fine. But we'll check what New York brings us. Okay, cheers guys, ciao.